Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Dragonheir video. I'd like to thank Dragonheir for making this channel possible. I do need to say, unfortunately, Dragonheir is closing the doors on the US market. But anyway, let's get into what's going on. So I've been on holiday for a week. I've come back on my main account to the Dance of Misfortune being active. We're going to do a series of videos where we talk about the different bosses that are available and how we're going to try and take them down. So the first one we're going to talk about here is the Chaos Shadows Radiance boss. Basically, when we get these events live, and you might be on a different season to me, the events take place in the same sort of way. So you've got the chance to win a legendary champion. In season 3, we've got Caldevo. I've done a video on that. But there's always these kind of like challenge bosses that come up where you're able to try and take them down and earn additional rewards for the shop to eventually be able to get this legendary champion. So this one here, the Radiance boss, how do we say this one? Ylfir? Basically what you do is you try and get as much damage as you can. The more damage you get, the more rewards you pick up for each of the different bosses. So you want to be bringing a team specific to be able to take down this boss. And this is where you kind of move in towards endgame territory, where you're basically building out teams for each of the different bosses specifically. So this one here, the biggest call out, I guess, is the enemies in this boss are going to take 100% more damage from necrotic damage. Each of the bosses is kind of weak against a certain element. You want to be building a team that can take down the boss with the right element to do additional damage. Each hero can be deployed once, and each boss can be challenged only once in each event round. So you can challenge up to 4 times. You kind of got the info here around the boss. So for every 60 times of damage dealt or taken by the hero and his clones, and that's important here because he summons clones, as the battle starts, summon a clone and up to 2 clones of the battlefield at the same time. The fact that he's summoning here is awesome if we've got AoE damage, because the clones take damage which counts towards our damage number. So we want to be slamming AoE damage as much as we can here. Immune to control. Places a clone near the enemy with the highest attack. So there's going to be spawning more clones there with taunts. You need to obviously kind of like control who's going to be taunted here. But if you're doing AoE damage anyway, then you're going to be fine. You've got a second ability here. Places a clone near the enemy with the highest attacks. It's basically doing the same ability again. And then the ultimate is putting an attack penalty on us and speeding themselves up. So that's what we're up against. Now, in terms of damage dealers for this, and obviously necrotic damage is where it's at, but shadow specifically is what you're going to be wanting to target to do good damage. Now, I've actually got probably one of the best heroes in the game to be able to deal with this, which is, where is he? Ozol here. Ozol is the exclusive for this season, doing shadow damage, and he does a butt ton of damage. But yeah, shadow is where it's going to be at in terms of wanting to bring the right type of squad. So yeah, so if we filter out just the shadow, as I say, Ozol is kind of like best in class, but Daphne's also very good. In terms of epics, Taldi is actually going to be brilliant here. We've got Tatov is also good. Tatov does a lot of kind of like bouncing damage and damage in a certain area. So that's going to be able to do really good damage against those clones. Chitta actually pretty decent as well. Again, doing damage in like a range, and then quite a big range, striking 3 times. So can take on a lot of clones there. In terms of a rare, actually, Sifla's still not bad. So sashes an enemy twice. This is okay. The ultimate is doing damage in a range. So not terrible, but certainly the epics come out good here in the shadow class. And if you've got Ozol, he's going to absolutely slay. Other than that, I mean, obviously the clones are going to be going up against your high attack dude. So you're just going to want good support really to keep them alive. And then in terms of just tanking up the kind of like main boss, really, it's just any of the kind of like bigger tanks that you're going to normally use in this class anyway. So I'd say as long as you're bringing in a decent support, Deverick could be pretty good. He's bringing the attack penalty on an AoE hit and doing 3 attacks. So just going to reduce the damage you're taking. Zarloth could do a bit of healing for you. Let me just see this one here as well. Reducing ult. Yeah, probably not so much. But yeah, basically you just want to make sure that you bring a well-rounded team. But if you've got some of those damage dealers which are bouncing damage around or doing AoE hits, then you're going to absolutely slay this boss and get yourself maximum rewards. So look, there you go. That's the first one done. I will tell you about the other bosses in the upcoming videos. I've been Hell Hades. I'll see you soon.